great to see you all this evening. And while we get many of you to join along, maybe just take a chance to relax a little bit on this Friday evening as we've got some storms that are eventually going to be rolling into the area. Goal of this right now tonight is to kind of have a little informative, a little Q&A or a little go-to about some of the weather information that you need to know that's going to be hitting our area tonight as we gear up for some storms. So I hope to hear from you as well. We're going to be Facebook Live, so we can do that, so we can hear what you're thinking about the storms tonight. And how about this crazy, unusual weather that's rolling into the area that's going to bring us 60s by tomorrow morning. And yes, the risk of some strong or possibly severe storms that may be happening overnight tonight. So this is going to be a big deal with some strong storms. And our strong storm threat, that's going to be expected to be arriving, especially as we go after midnight. So we want to know where you're tuning in from tonight on this Facebook Live as we enter into our Friday evening. It is so great to have you along. Once again, this is WTOL 11 Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers and our alert day, which is starting tonight. So who's ready for some thunderstorms tonight in the middle of December? Incredibly unusual weather. Now, the thunderstorm's unusual in itself, but we're talking threat of some strong and severe storms and potentially even a few storms that may show some rotation. And the risk is it's not out of the question that a tornado warning or two may cross into our area, and we'll be here tonight to monitor that risk. So let's break down what is happening right now. Maybe you're already feeling it. It's turned considerably warmer across the area. Got a warm front that's swinging in. Satellite radar picture just shows it's all just plain old rain showers. It's nothing that's unusual. It's warmer, it's humid, and we're going to get this surge, really a surge of tropical moisture in December coming right from the Gulf of Mexico. Part of a much larger outbreak of severe weather. In fact, we've got a nasty outbreak of tornadoes that is occurring as we speak right now across Arkansas, western Tennessee, Missouri, and into southern Illinois, even parts of Kentucky. There's over a dozen active tornado warnings that are in effect, and they'll take you into one right now. This is in effect for the St. Louis metro area. And as what we're seeing is a couple areas of concern or a few hooks on radar. Call these in particular hook echoes, regions of radar that indicate some rotation, and this is a pretty good example of it. This is east and north and east of the St. Louis metro area. Just an example of a tornado-warned storm that is marching out of Missouri and into the state of Illinois. And we can take a look at all these pinkish magenta polygons from Paducah, Kentucky, down into Tennessee, and right around Jonesboro, Arkansas. There are active tornado warnings that are occurring. So what's our weather looking like for tonight? So we have a stronger southerly wind that's picking up. This is going to drive our temperatures up into the 50s. And as we rise overnight, here's the clock, 2 a.m. This is really going to be our window of some stronger storms that may make their way into the area. These strong storms could pack some gusty winds. And if we do get a few storms that would rotate, it's not out of the question that we could get a tornado warning that may pass into our area. We've got so many people that are viewing this evening. It is so great to see you on this Friday night. Once again, this is WTOL 11 Chief Meteorologist Chris Vickers. If you have a question, go ahead and place it in the comments. I'll try to go through those comments as they come in. We've got Cheryl in Manitou Beach. And Artie is saying, boy, this weather is something else. We've got Dan in Macomb, Ohio. Dan, it is so great to see you down there in Macomb. Great to have you along on Facebook Live this evening. And you can kind of just tell something is up with this weather. We've got so many people tuning in as well. We got Jerry saying we need snow. You know, I can tell you how wild this weather is going to be. Overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, we're going to be talking 60s. Rain and storms, and these storms may come in a couple different waves and again could create some indication of rotation in these storms with the amount of shear that we have in the atmosphere. It's a highly sheared atmosphere, which means these storms could spin a little bit like a top. When they spin a little bit like a top, that's when we get concerned and potential is for a tornado warning or two to occur. Timing of this one, and here's my bigger concern. Really, it's going to be 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Yeah, you're probably going to be sleeping at that point. So I want you to have our free WTOL 11 weather app. It is the go-to app. We will be alerting you if there's a tornado warning that has been issued for your area. We will be alerting you and giving you video updates. And of course, we'll be covering it on air if we do have a tornado warning tonight. I'm going to be here all night. I'm ready to camp out. I'll have you covered as well on Fox 36 at 10 o'clock and on WTOL 11 at 11. Now, tomorrow morning, let me set the stage. It is going to feel like a spring morning tomorrow. We're going to be in the lower 60s. This is first thing in the morning, and I beg you to check this out. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, open up a door, open up a window, and you remember me telling you how it's going to feel. Humid, spring-like, 60s. It is going to be incredible first thing in the morning. It will be very humid. Could even get a peek or two of sunshine. The winds will be breezy. But here's what happens. We get a cold front that rips through the area. This will be late morning to early afternoon. And by mid-afternoon, it's going to send us tumbling back into the upper 30s and lower 40s. It is going to be windy. Our alert day Saturday is going to be for some powerful winds, even in addition to the risk of strong or severe storms overnight tonight. I know a lot of you have got the holiday Christmas decorations out. You're going to want to make sure they are secured. Powerful wind gusts out of the west-southwest to about 50 miles per hour. Could result in some tree damage and some power outages. I want you to make sure you've got your devices charged. You all know what these are, right? You got them right next to you when you sleep at night. Your phone, make sure it is fully charged. Make sure that you're prepared in the event that you could lose power tomorrow. I would expect we'll get some power outages as those winds crank up. So good idea. Have these devices charged and ready to go. Go ahead and download the WTOL 11 weather app. I'll give you a second. Go ahead. Type it in. WTOL 11 weather app. Download that. Free download. It is instant access to all of the information that our WTOL 11 weather team sends directly to you. If you got a weather radio, why not? Have that handy and have it turn on. Huge changes that are going to be unfolding, though, from the 60s at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And again, this is less than 12 hours from now. We're going to be in the upper 50s and low 60s all morning, first thing tomorrow. It is going to turn dramatically colder. And I'm talking 40 degrees colder is what it's going to feel like by the time we get to Saturday afternoon. Wind chills will be plummeting back into the 20s. Yeah, it's pretty incredible. How about this, though, the temperature trend? We've got low 60s for Saturday. Cold front comes through, drops us back into the 30s, wind chills in the 20s. 40s for Sunday, upper 40s for Monday, 50s for Tuesday, and right back toward warm weather Wednesday into Thursday. And we've been forecasting, a record high on Thursday of next week. This is pretty incredible. Really is incredible. All right, if you're enjoying this Facebook Live, we're going to get back to some of the severe weather coverage that we've got going on, not directly in our local area right now, but at least the potential where we have an alert day. This is already in effect tonight through tomorrow. The storm threat tonight for strong storms is really going to be 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Now, I want to keep everybody safe. I don't want to frighten anybody. I want you to be calm and I want you to be prepared. That's all we're asking at this point. Overall speaking, it's a lower risk of severe weather, but even to be talking a risk of severe weather here in the month of December is truly unusual. So if you could do me a favor, go ahead and take this Facebook Live, blast it out on your Facebook pages by hitting share. That'll do me a favor because it's going to get that message out that the WTOL 11 weather team is going to be monitoring tonight around the clock. I'm not leaving here until the severe weather threat passes tonight. I'll be there for you. We're going to be calm about it, but there is a risk while you're sleeping tonight of stronger severe storms. And not just storms that could be packing some wind gusts, potentially some storms that could have some rotation. I would be a bit concerned about the development of some storms that may rotate. So where's the area that we're looking? Severe storms that are active right now, these are well south of us. They're actually along the Ohio River. They're in this vicinity, western Kentucky, down toward Paducah, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, headed towards Cincinnati and Louisville. This is going to be an area where storms are going to continue to develop. So my attention is going to be down in that particular area. I do anticipate that there's going to be more storms that will be developing in some instability that's going to be building in this area. We're talking southern and central Indiana. Once those storms fire up, what happens is these storms are going to get hit with what we call a nocturnal lower level jet. That's going to ramp the wind speeds up in the lower layers of the atmosphere. It's going to crank some storms up, and it's also going to allow some of those storms to start twisting and turning a little bit. So that's going to be the area, developing area, or concern of where some severe weather may be developing. There's a significant outbreak of tornadoes that is occurring right now. Arkansas into eastern Missouri, southern Illinois, western Kentucky, and extreme western parts of Tennessee, where there's a significant risk of tornadoes and really strong storms. Jonesboro, Arkansas to Memphis, Tennessee to Paducah, Kentucky. This could be an area, and we're reserved at this, but the potential of a very strong tornado along the mid-Mississippi River Valley. Not our area. There is the potential that we could be on the northern fringe of some weaker end tornadoes. But of course, we want you to be prepared for this. But down south, they're going to really get hit hard and clobbered with the threat of some tornadoes that unfortunately will be possible. Several tornado warnings. I highlighted this moments ago. This tornado warning now is east of St. Louis. Multiple clusters of storms, because once we get an environment where one or two of these storms start to spin, and this is what we call an extremely sheared environment. It means there's lots of spin in the atmosphere. It could produce multiple tornadoes at once. In fact, just shared on my Facebook page, if you want to check that out after this Facebook Live, a picture that WTOL 11 meteorologist John Birchfield shared of a twin tornado, two tornadoes, one shot, two tornadoes occurring at the same time. Yeah, not good news of what's going on down there in Arkansas. I'll try to get back to some of your comments. We've got Star in Fostoria. Great to have you along. Ryan Weekman said, snowstorm, but you didn't hear it from me, says Michael Ray Thomas. All right, I like the sense of humor. We actually could get a few snowflakes on the back end of tomorrow's storm system. Marvin, shout out to you, my friend. I'm happy to be here doing Facebook Live with you guys this evening. Carrie's saying, how often does this happen? Carrie, I don't ever remember a time in my career where we've had a risk like this across the broad eastern half of the United States for severe weather and tornadoes to this degree and to this magnitude. This is an exceptionally rare feat to be reaching this in the month of December. We've got Kara Ford saying, I don't blame you. You're saying not blaming me for the weather. We've got Debbie coming in from Clyde. So great to have you along, Debbie, as well. Keep on telling me where you're coming in from. I love to hear where you guys are viewing from. And I'll be covering your weather on Fox 36 at 10 o'clock, on WTOL at 11 o'clock. So I really hope you tune in. I'm going to have all these hour-by-hour updates, the risk of storms. I'm analyzing the new data. We're crunching it right now. And we're going to be going through it as well. We've got a couple questions about what time. Timing of these storms is 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. So I want you to have multiple ways where you could be alerted to severe weather, including our free WTOL 11 weather app. Turning warm tomorrow morning, though. And again, I urge you, open a window tomorrow, step outside. You will be amazed at how warm it is. Likely in the lower 60s for the vast majority of the area. It will be windy and it will be warm, but the cold front is absolutely going to clobber the area, dropping us back into the 30s and wind chills in the 20s by tomorrow afternoon. We start in the 60s. We end tomorrow feeling like the 20s and could very well get a couple snowflakes by the end of the day. And it will be windy. Wind gusts 45 to 50 miles per hour, highlighting our alert day for Saturday. Power outages could be possible, so go ahead. I'm going to want you to charge these devices tonight. Make sure that's charged. Make sure it's equipped with the WTOL 11 weather app. Download that app. Turn on the weather radio if you've got it tonight with those storms coming through 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Go ahead again as well, when we're wrapping this one up, go ahead and share this Facebook Live so more and more people are able to see it. Here's what we're here for. We're here for you, and we're here to give that advanced warning. And boy, we've got some warning of huge changes coming up here. Saturday, 8 a.m., right around the lower 60s. Saturday afternoon, a mere 12 hours it is going to feel like it is in the 20s. So keep in mind, we've got a risk of some strong storms. I love the comments. Wish I could have more time to talk to you guys and answer your comments, but we've got to get ready for our live newscast, which is going to be hitting the air on WTOL 11 on Fox 36 and WTOL 11 at 11 p.m. I thank you all so much for joining in this Facebook Live. I want you to stay alert tonight, and I want you to stay safe tonight, and we'll be on air should we need to cut in with our regular severe weather coverage tonight. If there are any warnings in our area, we are here, your WTOL 11 weather team, to keep you safe and, of course, to wish you a wonderful weekend. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night.